Hey everyone, welcome to my playlist. This is a new playlist, completely fresh start. And this playlist represents artificial intelligence, fundamentals of artificial intelligence. And I'll tell you about what is the artificial intelligence and its capabilities and limitations in this video. And I have more videos in this playlist, so I'll be making it about the AI, how AI can help, and what is the limitations of the AI, and lots of information about the AI in the real world, which is a hype, but I'll tell you all about the conceptual clarity, complete clarity, what can be told in the real world, because people are just hyping it more about the AIs, but now I'm going to tell you everything in more clarity. So I'll give an example. Let's say imagine a robot that can beat you on chess and spot spam emails or suggest your Netflix next Netflix binge, what you want to watch, and this is cool, right? So, but is it magic? No. Today we are cracking uh, open what AI is. Completely, AI is completely an algorithm like a mathematics. So really AI is no hype, just simple truth. So which runs on the mathematics. There is from a super clear PPT made for this PPT is made for teaching you fundamentals. And this PPT I created it because I want to present you all information which is a hype and which is not a hype, and it is without a hype, and it completely gives you a conceptual clarity. And according to this presentation, you will find that AI is very simply computer systems that spot patterns in data and do not smart seeming tasks, but they don't truly think or understand like people do. And this script turns completely this PPT turns completely your mindsets in from the hype of the AI to the conceptual clarity, what AI can do and what AI is capable of and what are the limitations of the AI. So let's go for what is really an artificial intelligence. So artificial intelligence, by the definition, it says that the systems designed to perform tasks that typically requires human intelligence. So let's say AI stands for artificial intelligence, and think of it like a computer trained to do jobs that usually need a human brain, like recognizing a cat in a photo, or let's say it learns from tons of examples, and then it gives you a response from that learned examples. So technically, let's say a cat have a whiskers and a fur. So how the AI will know? So AI will learn from the data. We'll provide the data about how the fur will look like, what is the size of the fur and what is the length of the fur and everything. And then AI analyzes that, okay, this is the length of the fur and this is the size of the fur. So we should analyze and we should say that this is the cat's fur. This is not the dog's fur. So this is how AI analyzes it, and it's not some kind of a magic. It's just an algorithm which tells that, oh, this is the AI, and how AI is responding through mathematical calculations of the shapes. And there's a pattern matching for the AI. AI finds similarities across data sets. So AI sees that, okay, in this data sets this is the value, and this data set this is the value. So what is the similarity between these both data sets or both columns of the same data sets? And that's how they will match the pattern according to themselves, and then they will analyze and then they predict themselves and try to learn that, okay, this is the pattern, and whenever there is a cat coming out in the picture, then it says that, oh, this is a cat, this is a big cat, this is a small cat, because it knows the size of the cat, and it also get trained on, if this is a big cat, then the characteristic, if the size of the cat is this much, then the category will be the big cat. If the size of the cat is this much, characterization will be medium cat. So definitely pattern matching really helps AI to learn more better. So this is all about pattern matching, what artificial intelligence does. And optimizations, the like finding best solutions within constraints. So when you're using an AI needs to be optimized every time to find a best constraints what can be possible. Yeah, true understanding and reasoning or consciousness. So AI have a true understanding, it understands by the data, but it doesn't have a true understanding like your emotions or some kind of reasons which you give, or consciousness. It doesn't have any consciousness, it cannot feel pain, or it cannot think like how he should respond according to some situations. He just responds if the data is fed to him and it was trained on it. But if there's a new scenarios, It doesn't have that kind of reasoning to understand, or it doesn't have that consciousness to feel what other humans are feeling in real world. So let's say there's a AI and a human intelligence. So in human intelligence, humans are more like awesome kind of persons. So let's say humans have a brain and they can use it according to their will, like how they want, what they should respond at what time. So let's say there's an IQ and an EQ. So AI is good on IQ, but there's no EQ validity for the AI systems right now in these modern times, because EQ have really good with humans where they can emotionally. EQ is like an emotional quality, like what is the emotion quality of your human, and IQ is the intelligence quality. What is the intelligence quality of the human? So definitely EQ is better for humans, and then IQ is better for humans and AI because we are building the AIs. But AI learns from data, then its IQs are much higher than the humans because the humans cannot learn that vast and big forms of data. So let's say a common sense. So AI can learn common sense. No, AI cannot use a common sense, but human can. And can AI understand text deeply? No, human can understand. And AI will understand only patterns and the text which is given to it. If you are given a deep, searchable, deep analysis text to the AI, definitely then the AI can understand. So it's just like what you fed to the AI, it understands like that. Has common sense reasoning? Definitely, a human has a common sense reasoning, but AI does not. But AI needs thousands of examples for having a common sense and no real understanding. AI cannot understand real values, real data, but it can understand what is fed to it and what is not fed to it. It needs to be fed, otherwise, it will respond with hallucinations. Hallucinations is just like when AI respond to you something else what you are asking. So this is like hallucinating of the AI systems. Obviously, in battle of new scenarios, AI hallucinates a lot, so that's a bad thing about AI. So why AI is not a magic? What is it that makes AI not a magic? So AI is not a magic because AI uses mathematics plus statistics plus computing. So we have algorithm for the AI, we have some probabilities or statistics for the AI which AI can analyze through it, and AI uses computing powers. Not it's not a magic that these mathematical calculations work by themselves. There's a computations which is needed for these mathematical algorithms to run on it. And believe me, the computing power is quite huge. It requires because the data is huge. Computing requires long time and it requires vast amount with more better speed. Neural networks is a part of these AI systems, which can help to multiplications finding patterns. So neural network is just a matrix which multiplies and then finds the patterns. LLMs, ChatGPT, they have statistical predictions of next words, not understanding. So this is just what it can predict, like a transformers. But I know this is a too big thing for you guys, but I'll try to explain you in a very easy way. Think of it like there's a cat going to a walk. So it will predict a cat into what will be the cat will be doing something or cat will be feeling something. So it will predict according to, let's say, what is a cat is a animal. So it's predicting next word as a animal without any understanding because we fed to the AI systems that cat is an animal, always represent it as an animal. So this has a predictions of next word according to the trained model which we are giving to the LLMs. That's how ChatGPT works. Computer vision is completely learned from filtering, recognizing pixel patterns. So we provide an image and there's a lots of pixels. So there's a pattern in the pixels. That's how we differentiate from the images from other images according to the pixel patterns. So it recognizes how much pixels in which shape and which sizes, and then it recognizes according to that, and then it's try to tell you about information about the images. And recommendation systems where you have seen that you when you're watching a Netflix or you're watching Amazon um, Prime videos, there you find that you are getting some kind of references by itself when you try to go to same one movie and it gives. Let's say you went to a horror movie and you start getting all horror references or similar to horror references when there is a genre of horrors. So in that case, these recommendations in the AI can analyze it and find users similar to you. Like if a user likes the horrors, and it will tell that okay, these movies are completely for you because you are interested in horrors, and it will help the users not to struggle to find other movies based on the horrors, and it will help in suggesting what they like. So this is very good. Recommendation systems are very good for in industries right now for working and helping customers very easily. The algorithms work because data contains patterns, not because AI understands meaning, because data has completely a pattern matching features. And when the data has a pattern matching feature, algorithms try to understand those patterns and then try to give you a good response, but not something like it understands the meaning of uh, that features, that patterns. So in modern times, people are trying to make it to that area can understand the meaning of the words also, but we are right now learning that what the older AI was doing it, and still is they are performing with only pattern matchings. So why, the big question, this is a very interesting question, and this is a very big question, why AI is misused, why is it like it's being misused? Because this is very good question, and because it is very overhyped. Marketing calls, because people are trying to market the AI, and they're trying to hype it that okay, look, AI is something very amazing, something very like a magical. You can use AI to do anything you want. You can just sit on the house, you're at home, and you can use AI for whatever you want. But this is not the case. So AI rocks pattern jobs, but AI does not remove any kind of jobs in the future. So this is a hype that jobs will go because of the AI. AI is just helping hand for the people. People are confused. Like AI is a confused persons. People are not confused, but sorry, AI is a confused thing. So AI is a confused systems when you call an algorithm of AI, even old sorting methods, and then AI perform because of that. But it gets confused if you try to give it something new completely, which AI doesn't have any understanding, no trained models on or data has been fed to the AI. At that time, the AI can be more unpredictable and has a more confused responses. Science fictions, so let's say treating ChatGPT like scientific being with desires, sentient being. So definitely it's not some kind of sentience which you have watched in the Matrix movie. Definitely it's not a sentient. It's just a normal algorithm. So there's a people say, oh, AI is like a science fiction kind of movie, and maybe it can create some kind of sentience which will behave by itself. We have not reached to that level right now. For reaching to that level, definitely it will take a lot of years, and if we reach to that level, it will be very much disaster, because when this AI starts thinking by itself, they start taking actions, and they start behaving by themselves as they want. So reality, modern AI is narrowly intelligent and pattern matching at massive scale. So they are not intelligent at all, they're very narrow at intelligent, and their pattern matching is quite good but not that good. But at massive scales, they're not good in pattern matching, but in lesser scaling feature, they are good. So if you see what problems AI can solve, so AI can solve pattern based problems. AI excels in spam detections, because we have seen that many companies have used AI for pattern detections. Let's say Google, Gmails have used it for pattern detections, spam detections. It uses pattern for detecting it. So let's say I'll give an example. In the email, it's written that, hey, can you follow this link, click on this link, and it comes from unknown emails. Let's say there's no specified emails which is registered on the, this is like a fake email or temporary emails. When you send it from the temporary emails or fake emails, then it goes to the spam detection. This is one example, but there's a textual based of spam detections where they try to analyze with the text what kind of responses the emails are coming from, and according to that it categorizes with the spam or not the spam. So it still is not that best, because sometimes even the normal emails can go to the spam, and sometimes the spam emails can come to the normal email inboxes. Medical imaging, so there are lots of AI which excels in medical imaging and finds tumor patterns. So let's say when you're trying to get analysis of the tumor. So nowadays AI can analyze the tumor, how big is the tumor, how small is the tumor, what is the size, what is the weight of the tumor, what can be done to fix that tumor problems. So definitely AI can be used in that conditions. Recommendations also, people use behavior just like I told you, according to the Netflix, or if you're watching Amazon movies, at that time there's recommendations for user behavior patterns. So when you're trying to go for some kind of movie, comedy movie, they just get a good response and good understanding of the comedy of movies, right? So you'll find these recommendations in many platforms, even for ticket booking. You, if you're trying to book some flights and you're trying to get other recommendations of the flights, which is very good, and this is very beneficial nowadays in the companies, if you'll see. Translations, definitely is very good for the AI to use this kind of features of translating, because nowadays people are trying to communicate using a AI to communicate to other country people who has different languages, but still they come on the same grounds for communications of understanding. But the language is different, so they try to use this AI, and AI is helping it very nicely in language pattern mapping, and they easily can detect a lot of translations of different languages in different patterns. What problems AI cannot solve is very interesting than what problems AI can solve, because people think like AI can solve everything and anything, which is not true. So let's say there's a task AI struggles with are common sense reasoning. So definitely, if you give a common sense questions to a AI can reflect that story, or maybe some kind of hallucination response, or some kind of I am not knowing, but I can give you according to this. So it cannot give you some direct answers on the common sense, because it cannot have a common sense right now to understand what you want according to your questions. So let's say an example, why is an elephant bigger than an ant? So he's just like elephant is always bigger than an ant because it's a bigger animal, but it doesn't know why. Because it has a bigger shape, it was born like bigger, it doesn't have common sense to think like that, but definitely it can reason you according to the trained data. But today's world, this is a very small example, and it can be reasoning, it can reason it very easily, so there's no problem in it. But it's a small if you're using a small models, and it's that model cannot reason it, because they don't know. They will just say that the elephant is a bigger animal, it is considered as a bigger animal, but why, there's nothing specific information about it. Causal reasoning, so in the causal reasoning there's understanding cause and effect relationships. So if there's no understanding and cause and effect relationships, there's a problem with the AI. So AI cannot understand the cause and effect of what relationships you are going through. So there's no, let's say you're having a bad relationships with someone, and you are asking the AI, please help me to fix this, or like a psychological patterns. It can give you a reason for what can be done, what you should do to benefit from that feature, from that methods to get the relationship into good track. But it cannot reason you and give you a support, emotional support, because it just trained on giving you a normal information about whatever you needed, but it cannot give you emotional information or support by themselves. Transferring knowledge, definitely it can apply for skills from one domain to the another. Easily you can transfer knowledge, but it lacks in transferring knowledge when you specify a specific knowledge which you need to transfer it from one domain to the another. So this is a little difficult right now in AI, because if specific knowledge you're giving it to the AI, it's difficult to transfer. Few shot learning, it is very interesting, because if you see a few short prompts, when you put it like few short prompts are like with some examples, so learning from 1 to 2 examples like humans do, then AI cannot solve the issues at that time, because you need to provide more accurate examples. But if you're trying providing only 1 to 2 examples like humans do, it's still difficult, because sometimes right now AIs need at least 4 to 5 examples in a few short learning, not 1 to 2, which is very low in the volume. Definitely 3 to 4 examples will be very helpful. If you are trying to give AI more examples, it will help you more better way. So this require understanding, but not just pattern matching. So definitely it requires this understanding, but we are working on it, in the researchers are working on it nowadays. in the future maybe it can happen that it understands your everything what you say. So real example about spam detections. I'll try to give you one example I chose because this is very important for spam detections, and most of the emails are using it for detecting spam. Any email you use it, any email platform, Yahoo, Gmail, or any mail, or any kind of mail, if you're using it, it will have a spam detection features into it, where it will detect a spam and put it into spam folders. So urgent, act now. So there's a text into like a subject. There's a urgent, act now. So it will say that okay, this kind of things can be a spam because there's nothing an email say urgent, act now, right now. Because if you're sending an email, a person will see an email according to it, and then it can be a spam also. There's a possibility. Unknown sender, definitely I told you, if the email is sent from a fake email or a temporary email, nowadays people are using it a lot, then it can create a spam into a folder of you if you're using your own legit emails like Gmail, Yahoo, or any other Outlook or any kind of email systems you're using it, or university email systems you're using it. Suspicious link, definitely if the links are suspicious, it can also detect according to that. But in this case, it's a little bit tricky, but it can detect still. Programmers, I think so. Sometimes if there is a poor grammar, still it goes to the inbox. If it comes from the correct sender, and if it comes from the with good links and legit links. Generic dear friend, definitely it's like if you're saying dear friend and if you have marked it, this is a thing which you need to mark it into your spam folder. If there's a something comes with dear friend in the text, it starts from dear friend, it can be like a spam that people are trying to just send you with dear friend, because emails are more of a professional and more of a formal approach to any person, because you don't go with a casual or kind of informal way of talking. So definitely dear friend can be a suspicious activity done on the spam emails or in the email. Legitimate parents, definitely a clear context. It has to be a clear context. Known sender domain, very important. If the known sender domain, it directly goes to your inbox instead of a spam. Safe links only, which is also good. And professional tone, no any casual tone, but professional and formal tones are better. And if it's casual, then it can be detected into spam. Personalized greetings, definitely there is a greetings like respected sir, good evening. This is a personalized greetings, which is very quite professional and personalized both together. So Gmail result learns this pattern from 500 plus billion emails, filters 99.9% spam. This is the best accuracy which you can see in the Gmail, because Gmail has been built on like a lot of billions of emails, and it have that kind of quality that it can pattern and reason it according to that. So definitely if you're giving that much of quality of quantity of data, and definitely it will work better. So quality and quantity both matters in the training section. Real example, if I'll give for machine translations, let's say you want to translate English word order from German grammar patterns. So let's say you want to translate from English word to a German. I'll give an example. The cat sat on the mat and learns noun verb object mapping. So a model, LLM model, let's say, they will, or any AI systems will learn a grammatical, non grammatical values. So noun, which is noun, verb, which is verb, object, which is object, they will understand and they will map according to that, and then they will create. But still it's not accurate, because sometimes there can be a grammatical errors into the AI systems which can create a lot of fussing into when you're using a complete text. So you definitely for this you need to use a proofreading technique where you try to read before using any kind of textual data from the AI. 2 billion parameters of 2 billion sentences per train Google Translate. So Google Translate was trained on 2 billion sentences, but if you see right now, it is a very good translator, which everyone uses. Even I am using it nowadays when I go to other countries for visiting. Definitely, it helps you to understand other people out there. But sometimes I have seen that people are telling that, oh, no, 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 this word is not correctly translated because I think Google is translating little bit different. Sometimes it's lacks, but quality of accuracy is quite good and in a higher percentage. What fails? So, English idioms like a piece of cake. My translator is not easy. So, because you're telling this is like a piece of cake, so it cannot translate not easy because you all know that piece of cake is like easy, but AI can only understand piece of cake as a piece of cake. There's a piece inside whole cake. That's it. One piece of whole cake is the understanding of the AI because it was built that a piece of cake means a piece from a cake, but not like a easy. So this is like an idiom. So there's a difficulty of right now for the AIs to understand idioms yet. Obviously, pattern matching is good. Not understanding, AI cannot understand everything which you want. So AI maps language structures, doesn't grasp the meaning. So these idioms are the meaning. The meaning means like a piece of cake was having a meaning easy also. So he cannot grasp that meaning if he wants to because it was not trained on. If you train it, definitely it can grasp that piece of cake. Can be an easy can be a easy also. So real examples for recommendation systems I'll provide, like let's say how Netflix works. You watched sci-fi actions plus rated 4.5, like this is a rating, and find 10,000 users with similar history. So it will find 10,000 users with similar histories and tell you what did they watch next and recommended that. They will recommend that same thing what they watched yesterday, day for yesterday. So when you open YouTube, let's say YouTube is a very good example, very good example. Everyone has used YouTube. Where you're watching today something, tomorrow you'll see that some kind of, let's say you're watching news today, a lot of news channels. Tomorrow you'll see that in recommendations you'll get all kinds of news channels. Tomorrow, let's say you start watching again. Today you watch, let's say, cartoons or kind of movies. So tomorrow you'll get cartoons or movies according to what you have watched. Sometimes it happens in YouTube. There's more better feature that it will give you both kind of recommendations. So let's say you're watching a movie and a cartoon and a news channel. They will give all kinds of small little according to the percentage of the watched hours. They'll give you that kind of level, like that much of the recommendations for that thing. So they are trying to match your clicks, they are trying to match your watching hours and other things, and then those patterns are using matching uses the user behavior, and they do not understand movie quality or why you should like it, but they'll just throw you whatever you watched, and according to that, similar to that, they will throw you out on their searches. Even Instagram, they do it like that, and Facebook's also. So, narrow AI versus general AI. What can be a narrow AI today? Like solves one specific task. Chess masters fail at Go. So you cannot use a chess. Let's say you're playing a chess with the AI. AI cannot be that much good as a human can for the chess. But the level can be a hard, but still human can crack those chess if they are quite pro. So language models can't reason about images. So they cannot reason why these images were taken, but they can say that what is this image. All current AI is narrow right now. All current AI, but we are trying to make it more. The world is trying to go with more better AI in the future. So, and the general AI is the future. Like let's say, solves any intelligent task. Any intelligent task in the future, it will solve any intellectual task, not completely replace the job, but it will solve to help any kind of job for intellectual task. Right now people are using to solve some kind of vibe coding. So you try to use AI to try to code some parts which is completely very time consuming, so it will done with more faster possibilities to code, and it will give you more faster responses with more better results. Adapts to new problems and transfer knowledge across domains. Doesn't exist yet, but it can be in the future, definitely. But uh, the, the example which I told about vibe coding definitely is exist, but the quality is still degrading right now. But it's not completely a fully fledged nice quality of vibe coders in the AIs right now, but we are training it. The more you train, the better it will perform. What are common public misconceptions? So ChatGPT understands me. This is completely true. Definitely, I have also tried sometimes. Can you understand me? I don't feel right now. I feel lonely right now. It predicts statistically like responses like, oh, you're feeling lonely, start going out, do something. Even though you don't want to go out, even though you don't want to do something, it just gives you a response that you can perform this task to feel not less lonely or no lonely at all. You can communicate with people, this and even though you don't want to, you just feel lonely because that's the emotion right now, currently. AI will steal all jobs. This is very big misconception. AI cannot steal all jobs. AI can replace some tasks of the job, but not complete human. So nowadays, if you see every sector, AI is used but not being replaced from the job. AI is not fully used, but it is used to improve the quality of the task and the job. AI is becoming conscious. I don't think so because it's pattern matching at scale. It's not having any consciousness yet, and I am happy that it will not have consciousness if in the future, because it with good consciousness it can behave with some other abnormalities also. But it's in the future. Let's see what it happens. But if have the consciousness, then it will be difficult also to manage the AI because to start act according to its own what it feels, have a conscious what it wants to do. You know? AI will surpass human intelligence. That's not true because we built it, humans built it, and definitely AI cannot surpass human intelligence. That's why we are building it better and better in the future. We can also get help from the AI for improving AI, but it cannot surpass a human basic intelligence because human intelligence is limitless. If you try to keep learning, you can learn anything you want, but AI, you can only give an AI intelligence something what is fed to the AI. That's it, but it cannot predict something unusual. So research versus science fictions. Definitely, this is very interesting, guys. So research reality can be a little bit improvements are there, but right now progress measures in the benchmark scores, not capability jumps. So there's not completely full up down jumps for the researchers. Science fictions, definitely people have misconceptions that AI is completely walk through technology which can completely ask us to sit at home and just enjoy life, and you don't have to work, nothing you have to do. AI will do everything. AI will cook your food. AI will tell you to what to do, go around. AI will do everything. AI is everything. It's like a science fiction. Okay, sentient robots, something like that. But definitely it can be in the future, but right now it's not true at all. The gap between them is enormous, very much. So research reality is very not that much jump that people think that it's like a sentinel robots are being met by the researchers, but definitely we're having improvements. Key takeaways is like AI is not equal to understanding. It's pattern matching at statistical scale. All current AI is narrow, excels at specific tasks, fails broadly. Ignore the hype, focus on what AI actually solves and its real limitations. Now you understand what AI really is. So let's discuss with clarity, not hype from now on. You can have a clarity that AI is not a hype, that's something a magic, it's just a mathematical algorithms which gets improved every day, every time. When there's a new research is being done, we improve the AI according to new algorithms, new pattern matching, new other features, but it's not a magic that can learn by itself and improve by itself. It's a human who is doing it. So definitely comment down below with your questions, and definitely I'll give you answers according to the time I'll have. So definitely I'll provide you answers for each questions which you will have. So next we'll try to learn how AI system actually learn from the data. So we know right now that it learns from the data, that's how it performs, but how it actually learns from the data, we are going to learn it from the next chapter. So next video I'll create it like how actually the AI is learning. So I would say that not everyone will teach you this thing, because everyone is teaching you technical parts they don't know. But this is completely a course for whoever wants to learn, even non-tech people wants to understand really what AI is, what AI is capable of, and what AI can actually do, and what AI can help you to. This is the course for even everyone, even for children's, because that's the future which they will have. Thank you for listening to me and for my discourse.